Salute. Welcome back to Dumb Crimes and Criminals. I am your host, Rick. You're now tuned in to the funniest true crime podcast in the world. We in the building. Back with an all-new episode. I'm actually recording a little earlier than I thought I would today because I planned on going to the gym today when I got off, but I forgot my wallet at home today, so I just came straight home. But yeah, man, today's an all-new episode. We back in the building. Before I get started, I do want to let y'all know that I did create a Instagram page. It's you can follow me on Instagram at thecc_podcast. That's thecc_podcast. Come check me out. What else is going on? Spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Spread the word about the podcast, man. I'll definitely appreciate that. I'll be looking at my analytics. My numbers is always going up. But we always want them to go up more. You know what I'm saying? So please, if you're listening to this podcast, you like the content that I'm creating, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a little cousin, tell a older brother, mom, aunt, sister, whoever. Tell them about the podcast. Spread love. On this episode, we head in Florida. All right. And this story takes place in Target. Now, it's crazy that I'm hearing this type of story, coming from a Target. This sounds like a Walmart story. This sound like a Walmart story. For real, this sounds like a Walmart story because it's that Target and Walmart battle. They say Target is a little more uppity than Walmart. Walmart is a little more ghetto. I'm all right with both of them, man. Sometimes I go to Target, sometimes I go to Walmart, But I do get what they saying, though. Walmart do be having some characters in that joint. You see more characters in Walmart than you do in Target, I will say that. So this seems like a Walmart story, but it took place in Target. All right, so let's talk about what he did. It says a man was seen walking out of Target with a Razor scooter valued at $539. $539 Razor scooter. So I'm assuming it was one of them electric joints. Probably a decent sized box. Why would you just walk out the store with that? Why wouldn't you think anybody's going to see you? Why wouldn't you think anybody's going to have something to say about you, just completely ignoring the buzzers and everything and just walking out the store with a razor? Now, I will say this. When I was a kid, everybody's done things when they was a kid. It's not something that I condone. It's not something I'm trying to brag about. But, when you're young, coming up, that's just part of life, doing things that you wouldn't do in your later years. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't do in your adult years and things like that, of course. But, when you're young, you're dumb, you're running around. Me and a couple of my friends, we was at Kmart. And I grew up in an era where everybody stole bikes, right? Everybody stole bikes. Like, no bike was safe. No bike was safe. If you scroll back few episodes, I got an episode where I tell a story about I made the news for stealing a racing bike from the library. Nobody's bike was safe in our neighborhood and where I grew up at. Not mine, not yours, not your mom's, not nobody's bike. All right. We used to take bikes from in front of the store and be right back in front of that store 30 minutes later. And the crazy thing is, every time I hopped on somebody's bike that just left it out in front of the store, every time I hop back on that bike, I'll be right back at that store, and the bike never got took from me and never got stolen. But so we was at Kmart. Kmart's not around anymore. This was many moons ago, but I mean I'm not sure how many they are nowadays. I know the one in where I'm at right now in this area, I know they closed down. I'm not sure how many are still left, but we was in Kmart. Jumped on the bikes, we bounced. You know what I'm saying? Got chased across the parking lot and all that. It was wild. But like I said, at this time, I'm young, and that's just what we did, right? Even when I got a brand new bike for Christmas one year, and that got stolen like a week. You know, you ever see that movie, New Jersey Drive? If not, I recommend it. Go check it out. It's a classic. The way they were stealing cars is the way we stole bikes, right? Now, we wasn't going in stores and, you know, breaking windows and stealing bikes. Like, if we see a bike that's getting left, like, we might hop your fence and hop on the bike and dip. You know what I mean? We was doing that type of stuff. We wasn't like, you know, after hours just smashing windows and running up in Toys R Us or nothing like that, you know. But that particular day, for whatever reason, everybody, it was like three, maybe four of us, we jumped on bikes and we hopped out and we dipped. You know, we got chased across the parking lot by the security guard. You know what I'm saying? And I probably had that bike for a couple of days before somebody stole it from me, you know. And at that time, I would ride anything. You know, I had a bike with a banana seat. I had an all pink bike. I had a bike with a little front tire. You know what I mean? It was just that time. We young kids. We just trying to be able to get on a bike and ride to the basketball court. And if we didn't have a bike, we hopped. If you didn't chain your bike up, we was hopping on that bike and we was boogieing. So, you know. But the reason why this story made the podcast, right? The reason why this story made the podcast is instead of him walking out with this razor, right? So clearly, again, when you buying electric stuff like that, they come in big boxes. You know, my son got the Tourex 4-wheeler. You know what I mean? He got the dirt bikes. He got all that. The boxes is big. I know because I had to put them big ass boxes in the truck. Them boxes is big. So the reason why this story is making a podcast, because instead of him having a car outside, waiting, a truck or some type of getaway vehicle, instead of him walking out hauling ass, you know what I mean? Like, this man walked out the store with the stolen razor and tried to assemble it right on the sidewalk in front of the store. This dude just grabbed a big ass box, an electric razor, $539. So you know it's not the little joint. This is the big, you know, it's probably one of the bigger ones. Dragged this joint out and started trying to assemble it on the sidewalk in front of the store. I can't, like, yo, my man, you just did something illegal. They're calling the cops on you because I'm sure that somebody said, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Where security guards, wherever they was at, I have no idea. But somebody had to say something to him, you know, because people are nosy. You know, some people will really go above and beyond to try and stop you or whatever the case. So clearly that wasn't the case because he was able to get outside and get in front of the store on the sidewalk and literally try to open the box and hook it up. In his mind, I'm thinking like, he clearly had to think like, yo, oh, okay, I'm about to go in here. Maybe he thought like he just got to open the box and, you know, it's already assembled. He just got to like, you know, turn it on. I don't know what he was thinking because common sense is going to tell you like, yo, you got to put these joints apart. I mean, you got to put these joints together. You know, it took me like shit. It took me like a little while, man. Probably at least like 2 hours or a little more than 2 hours to put my son's 4-wheeler together. And that was a big 4-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a big 4-wheeler. And on top of that, when you get these type of things, you have to charge them for mad hours. Like, I had to charge my son's 4-wheeler for like 15 hours. So why did he just feel like he could just walk out the store and like assemble the joint? Like, you really thought you was going to have that much time to walk out the store, assemble it, and then boogie? Nah, it do not work like that, my man. You're bugging out. You're bugging out. And you know they called the cops. You know they called the cops. That's the crazy part. You know for a fact that they called the cops. You just walked out the store with merchandise, right? A high-ticketed merchandise. Boom. This man was literally still putting it together or literally trying to pull it together when the cops pulled up. He was sitting there in front of the store on the sidewalk trying to assemble the scooter that he just walked out with while they pulled up. What type of nonsense is going on? Now tell me this don't sound like a Walmart story. This sound like something you hear at Walmart, you know? Cause like if you go in Target is calm, right? At least where I'm at. Like any Target that I've ever went to, unless you maybe like I'm talking about I'm not talking about a Target that's like maybe if there's a Target like attached to a mall or something like that, you know, those be a little rowdy. You know, but wherever your neighborhood is, if you go in that Target, I say 70% of the time it's calm. Like you don't really hear much, you know. But you know, they got Targets that's like attached to the mall. It's hundreds and hundreds of people walking in and out of that, kids, all type of. It's gonna be a little rowdy, right? But just think about your neighborhood Target. Your neighborhood Target is not that rowdy. It's calm. Now, Walmart is a little more rowdier. You know what I mean? Walmart is a little more rowdier. But doesn't this sound like something that will happen at Walmart? This don't sound like something that will happen at Target. This sounds like something that happened in Walmart. Like, if you would have told me this story, I'd have been like, yeah, they be wilding in Walmart. I'd have been like, they wilding in Walmart. You know what I mean? I would have just assumed this was Walmart. But this man was literally trying to assemble the scooter when the police pulled up. That's crazy. That right there, like, if just imagine, police officers gotta see some wild stuff, right? They gotta see some wild stuff. Just imagine you get a call, we gotta theft that Target. Okay, what's going on? Dude walked out. He stole a Razor scooter. Be on the lookout. You pull up. This dude is in front of Target, putting the scooter together. You gonna pull up thinking, oh, I'm about to see him riding around, or you know what I mean? Like I might have to, what direction he going to, because I'm gonna go that way because I'm gonna see him riding down the street on a scooter or something like that. You're probably not expecting to pull up to the Target and see him literally trying to assemble the damn scooter that he's still gonna have to charge after he put it together. Like you cannot make this up. You can't make it up. This man, I want to know what he was thinking. My man, because they didn't put his name in the joint, so I don't know his name. But hey, my man, listen, I would like to interview you. I would like for you to come and be a guest on Dumb Crimes and Criminals. Can you call into the show, please? I got a couple of questions. All right? I got a couple of questions. Like, I want to know why. Was it a gift? Was it for you? What was it about this razor that you wanted it that bad that you would just walk your ass straight outside and start trying to assemble the razor? You was better off just trying to drag that shit in the bathroom and trying to assemble it, or the low type. You know what I mean? Like, you was best off trying to drag this joint to the bathroom and then try to ride your ass out the damn Target with it. Like, my man, you ain't go nowhere. You ain't trying to drag this joint to the back, hide behind a tree. You didn't have your man with a pickup truck like, look, just pull up. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go to Target and stuff like that, like if my wife, like, let's say if I'm running errands and I'm pulling up to like Walmart or Target or somewhere, if my wife ain't jumping out, I'm pulling right up to the front. I'm just gonna shoot in here, grab what I need to grab, and I'm boogieing. You ain't have nobody that could meet you if you know this is the plan. You had no getaway car. You knew you was going into this Target to get yourself an electric Razor scooter. You knew that. That was your plan. You ain't have nobody there, no pickup truck, no nothing that could be like, look, when you come out, I'm going to be right here. Throw it in the back of the truck. We out of here. Nobody. You didn't. And on top of that, like, them boxes be heavily taped, right? They be heavy. They be heavily taped. They be taped up. You got to go get keys and knives and all type of shit to open it. Did you think this through? Like, seriously, I don't think he did. And I personally think that he thought that maybe, like, once he just jumped, take it out the box, open it up, he could just jump on it and go. But you probably had to charge that joint for like 15 hours. Now, this is another wild part. What I'm about to read you is a direct quote from the sheriff, right? This is what the sheriff wrote on Facebook. This is a direct quote from the sheriff. It says, "This dumb criminal of the week must have thought he was in another state or city where it's okay to walk into a store and steal what you want and not face any consequences," said Sheriff Rick Staley on Facebook. He didn't get to ride his Razor, but he did get a free ride to the Green Roof Inn in the back seat of a police patrol car. He said he didn't get to ride his Razor, but he did get a free ride to the Green Roof Inn in the back seat of a patrol car. That's wild. The sheriff is clowning on you. The sheriff got jokes. The sheriff got jokes. You know what I'm saying? When you go to jail and they be like, "Yo, what you in for?" They caught me. I stole a Razor scooter. Oh, word? Dang, yo, how they catch you? What that joint died on you while you was riding? Like, what? Tire went flat? Like, what happened? Oh, what happened? For a stolen card? You tried to buy with a stolen card? Nah, I had took the Razor and I had stole it, and then I stood in front of the store and tried to assemble it. You did what? You did what? You stole a Razor and tried to assemble it in front of the store, and that's how they caught you? You weren't on the run. The tires didn't pop. It didn't die. Like, you didn't fall off it. They didn't bump you off it. You stole it and stood in front of the store and tried to assemble it. Did you want to get caught? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when I do these stories, you got to be like, yo, did this dude just feel like doing something to go to jail? You know what I'm saying? Maybe his living situations was messed up, or maybe he was just down on his luck. Maybe he just wanted to go to jail, because ain't no way in hell you thought you could just walk out of the store, alarms and everything ringing off, you know what I'm saying, broad daylight, and just have the time to sit there and assemble this. You had to want to go to jail. I have to think that you wanted to go to jail. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot make this up, man. I cannot make this up. I really can't. Another one in the books. That was today's story. We don't condone this type of behavior. All right? If you're gonna steal an electric scooter, do not stand in front of the establishment you stole it from and try to assemble it. It's just my advice. All right, you don't gotta listen to me. Go do what you want to do. You don't gotta listen to me. All right, I'm just here to help. Follow me on Instagram at thedccpodcast. I'm trying to grow the page. I just created it. I'm still trying to figure it out, like how I want to post over there, whatever the case. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for quick hits. Like I told you, quick hits is going to be like a little, 3 to 5 minute, most likely I'm probably just tape them all off at 5 minutes. It's going to be 5 minute quick hit. Be on the lookout for that. Please continue to share the podcast. Comment on the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Leave some comments, interact with me so I can bring you guys more content and cater it to you even better. Feel free to reach out to me on all social medias. My personal social media is at Rick_BHR. The podcast social media is, of course, DCC_podcast. Reach out to me. If you have some stories you want me to do, send them to me. I'll do them. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, man, please continue to support the podcast by sharing it, telling people about it. When I look at my analytics and I see my numbers grow, I wouldn't care if it's one more new listener, or one more listener than what I average do, or whatever the case. Like, it make me feel like, all right, we getting there, but my numbers is going up. My impressions is looking crazy. And, you know, I definitely appreciate that. You know, I've been reaching out to some people, network wise. So, you know, I'm trying to work some things out. So again, man, I need y'all help. Let me help me build this community, you know? And like I said, I definitely appreciate all of y'all rocking with me. And we on deck, man. I'm out of here.